Hey there, welcome back to the table. Let's keep this thing going. Just recapping myself here on where we're at. It looks like Cyrus, uh, everybody's actually full health right now. I thought somebody took damage. Oh no, I was able to block everything. That's right. Yeah, we're ready to go here. And if Cyrus could be the one to kill this one, we would be in great shape. So let's check on him. He's a Dread Zealot with 9 health left. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Cyrus should be the one to kill him, because then we'll get another recipe. That's the only thing going through my mind is let's get some recipes. I don't necessarily need Cyrus to be the one to search bookshelves anymore. So I'm off camera here, dragging Cyrus to... Oh, Cyrus has the staff equipped, so he can't hit him. He doesn't have the wand. I could spend an action flipping it over to the wand, but that would sort of defeat the point. So I guess Varix is going to kill him, and we're not going to worry about the recipe. So we'll have Varix attack him, and Varix still has his spear. And Varix rolls a blue die. So let's do that. We rolled 2 successes. And it did 8 damage, and the guy's literally sitting with just 1 health. Okay, so I'm just wondering, like, should I have Varix finish him off? Because if I do, then Varix can do nothing but move, and I'd rather he open a door or something. It doesn't matter. Varix is going to finish him off. Let's do that. And he rolled a success and a lightning bolt. The lightning bolt he could turn into 2 more successes, or any hero within 3 spaces can prepare a card. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it 2 successes, and I'm going to have Cyrus prepare his wand so he could flip his wand from the staff back over to the wand. I think that's a good use. And sure enough, off camera, the Zealot is dead, and then it dropped 3 minerals and 3 curios and a Nightwalker belt recipe. So we ended up getting a recipe anyways. I think we got more recipes than we know what to do with at the moment. Okay, so he's done. I'm going to just have him use one of his movement points to move towards the door. I don't know what else to really do. We're going to have Kelly go next. She has 3 actions, so 1 action... We'll move up, and then we'll do 1 action on the table there. See if there's something for her to do at the table. And there is. It says, inspect the succulent, appraise the gems. We'll go ahead and appraise the gems. Could probably be used in crafting. So we got 4 curios, 1 Fortunos, and 88 gold. That's excellent. And then I guess we'll have Kelly go again. Inspect the succulent. You may heal 3 or discard 2. Kelly is at full health, and she has nothing. Chance is the only one that had fatigue, so that was a bit of a waste. And then that was 2 actions for Kelly. So 2 and 3, and the turn's over. So I'm going to have Chance go now, and Chance will do 2 movement, and we'll go to that bookshelf. Let's search the baubles. You may discard all of 1 type of condition. Not necessary. And at the edge of your hearing, there's a crackling. It's coming from behind the bookshelf. You strain to push the heavy shelf aside. Suffer 6 fatigue. Oh my gosh. Or the might negates. Might is the one thing he's not super good at. There's 5 of them. He gets a +0. So I guess he gains 1 fatigue. And then, of course, this is Chance, who already has several fatigue on him. So I'm going to hit continue, and the bookshelf moved. Oh my goodness. So we're going to grab 3A. Another Canadian tile. And they're suggesting that 3A goes like this. So that bookshelf stays, this bookshelf moved over. Then I'm going to hit continue. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now they're saying that this showed up with a door. And it's actually more like this. Okay, well, we found a door. Don't touch this door, Cyrus calls. Professor Graydon's knowledge of elemental magic is unmatched in Forthen. He watches the glowing glyphs fly over the door. If I'm not mistaken, he has set 3 wards on this door, or maybe it's simpler to think of them as locks, or maybe... Yeah, you're a little long-winded. Locks. Chance's ears prick up. His left one flicking in agitation. I don't suppose they can be picked. Cyrus mumbles something, and interest chips as if to add a salient consideration. Professor Graysden believed cyclical foe of elements, basis of his magic theory, so it's possible the base of these wards. It's like a cipher that will tell us which to use to neutralize or unlock the door. But try the wrong key, and it could be dangerous. Cyrus, we don't have days. You're right, there's the smarter way. Professor Grayson is obsessive. He keeps track of everything. He's not stupid enough to keep them all in one place. We look around, we'll find the information we need. So now we have to find his notes, and it says 0 of 5. So, okay. Well, let's keep going. I got one more action here. I'm going to go ahead and search the bottles. And we ended up getting a Slayer potion, which we had before. That lets you attack 3 different creatures all at once. It's not as good as it sounds, but it is at least something. 3 attacks in 1 action. I guess you can't complain about that. Sorry, I had to make a caffeine break there. Alright, I got some more movement, but I don't know what to do. There's one more action to do at that bookshelf. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 more movement back towards this other door. Or maybe we should just focus on 1 door at a time. So then I'm going to do, let's do it this way. 2 movement this way. Let's see, he was here. Yeah, we'll just go to here. And then we have Cyrus, who still has multiple bookshelves he's now next to. So Cyrus can finish up this one by searching the books and got a forgotten offhand recipe. I know that was the top of the screen is getting chopped off. Then if we go over here, we're going to search the books. It gave me an additional action, which was great. One page has covered a large diagram with a short note. Aquos and Ignos are opposites, the combination of which is explosive. Do not combine again. So it says Aquos plus Ignos. So those are opposites. My memory is horrible. I have a feeling I'm supposed to remember this. Alright, we found one of his notes. Then we're going to keep going. We're going to search the baubles. 5 cloth from a wispy robe. Right, and then his turn's over. Like, he could move. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him 1 space, 2 spaces towards the door. So that way he's still next to the last bookshelf, but he can use up 2 of his movement points. And here we go. We're on the darkness phase now. Everybody gets to discard fatigue if they have one. Chance has a whole bunch. Everybody else had none. So Chance is the only one that had them. Hey, it's our turn again. Alright, I'm going to start with Cyrus. And we're going to go ahead and do that bookshelf. We got a Phoenix Ash potion. I've never... Phoenix Ash. Here it is. Before you are wounded, set your health to 4 instead. Well, that's an excellent potion. I would definitely like to have some more Phoenix Ash potions. I did not mean to pronounce that improperly. That was not intentional. I'm recording this. Yes, if you ever really come to Jeff's table, it does get there. The gutter is never far from his table. But I promise you, I did not. That was just me. I literally just woke up a few minutes ago. I'm still gathering my words. That was very Freudian. Oh, YouTube's gonna kill me. Okay. I still have one action left, and here's what I'm terrified to do. I don't want to open that door. I have a feeling I'm going to open this door. Everybody's over here by the other door, and I'm going to end up having all these enemies come at me. But I'm going to do it anyways, because that's just how I roll. So here we go. We're going to remove the door, and there's some stairs, and 10A. So, another Canadian tile is coming. I'm just putting on those little, what do you call it, the elevation towers. I have to say, they were really hard to slide in at first. But the more I've been playing, the easier it's gotten. And I don't know if it's just because you have to, they're just manufactured a little tighter than normal or what. But there she be. All right. Okay, there's going to be a treasure chest on one end, another bookshelf, which I happen to have right here, there, and a table. We haven't seen one of those in a while. Here, and you know darn well there's going to be enemies. Oh, no, there isn't. That's excellent. That allows me... opening the door was another action, but I can move 4 spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, actually, let's do some clicking. This is the thing I always forget to do. A shrewd mind could determine the right combination. So see, that's not agility or might. That's going to be like insight, which he has 2 of, by the way. So he's perfect for that. And then over here, just a regular bookshelf and regular table. So we're going to go ahead and move him 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now he's next to that chest, and he can do that next turn. Excellent. All right, I'm going to come over here. Let's have Varix be the first to open a door. Should we? Kelly's got the hammer. Yeah, Varix will be the one to spend an action. Remove the door. Another staircase comes out. And then 11A, so more Canadian tiles. Okay, so if I orient this correctly, do that. And that. So this only really has 2 supports. Like so. And then there's another set of stairs all the way over here. And yes, the stairs are supporting it. A door is right here at the top of the stairs. A lectern. Now somebody has a quest to look at a lectern and watch it be Cyrus. We have an explore token, and then we have another morgue table. It just looks like something you'd see in a county morgue. Alright, so that was Varix. Let's look at the feats again. Right there, Cyrus, interact with a lectern while enemies are on the map. So there's no enemies yet. An immense tome. Some more gems. And scorch marks with red stains. So, Ignos, right? What was the opposite of Ignos? I already forgot. Aquos? That would be water. Fire. That makes sense. Okay, so we did Varix. So Varix has 3 movement points. He would go 1, 2, 3. And he doesn't have enough actions to do anything else, so he'll just do another move. 1, 2, 3, and he'll be next to the door. Kelly has 3 movement points. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and she'll interact with the table. So we're going to have her click on the table. She can inspect the succulent or appraise the gems. We'll appraise the gems. And then hit continue. After the flavor text, she got 10 curios and 76 gold. That's a ton of gold. So I'm very happy about that. Her turn's over. And then we have Chance here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite enough. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And Chance will interact with the Explore token. And has to test will. Chance's will is -1, so this is not going to be good. We rolled 5 successes, so it becomes 4. And it's not enough. The turn is over. Alright, Chance is the only one with fatigue. But he'll go ahead and get rid of another. Oh, there we go. A whole bunch of stuff just came in. Cyrus needs to get to the other end of the map and inspect that lectern. This is the problem with Mansions of Madness and all these FFG games. You're always on the opposite end of the map that you're needed. Okay. So we have a green zealot in the back. There should be a red zealot here somewhere, or orange I meant, in the front, or also in the back. Then in the front is another one of those Animus. This one already has the orange. And then a Harbinger again. So if you're keeping track at home, Cyrus already killed an Animus, but he hasn't killed anything else yet. Where the heck is my Harbinger? There it is. Alright, so 4 enemies just spawned. They're pretty far away from all of us. So my attitude is... And then Death to the Outcast. So Dread Zealot, the green one, is shifting 3 towards Varix. So that's this one. So he's going to get a 3 movement head start. And now it's our turn. Alright, well, I'm going to ignore them for now. Cyrus is going to just keep going and test Insight, which we knew was going to be the possibility. And the dice that we rolled are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he adds 2 more for 7. And he could take some fatigue if he wanted. Sure, he'll take 2. He's actually got the kind of cards that allow him to do damage for having fatigue on his cards. So we'll make it 9 and boom, it opened. He got 18 bones, 6 cloth, and 12 gold. And then also on top of it, a Cloak of Sorrow and 13 gold. So what is the Cloak of Sorrow? Oh, that's right on top of my deck of cards here. The Cloak of Sorrow, you may discard a condition at the start of your turn, and it gives you an extra health. So that's pretty good. But we don't get to use it yet. So for one action, the chest is gone. That's not bad. Then he's going to just move over to the bookshelf. Keep going. We're going to search the books. We ended up getting a redstone pommel recipe. And there's things that have been removed. It looks like it's been carried over to the table nearby. So it's a little hint. And his turn's over. I am going to... He moved 2 spaces over to the bookshelf. I am going to move him 2 more spaces so he's still next to the bookshelf, but he's closer to the other thing. Now we come over to these guys, and you can still see, even with a range attack, that guy may end up moving like 2 or 3 spaces. He might get to do some damage. I don't know. Chance does have throwing knives, and that explore token. I thought Chance looked at the explore token. Why is it still there? Oh, that's right. I had to test Will and I failed. So that's the issue there. Will's not Chance's forte. So Kelly has +1 will, and Varix has +2 will. So Varix is going to go ahead and he's going to open that door. Let's just do that right away. Actually, that might bring in more bad guys, but we're going to go ahead and do it because he happens to be next to the door. And then another Canadian tile comes out. It's all Canadian. All these corrupt wizards are in Canada. Okay. 6A comes out. Like so. With a treasure chest down here. And a cauldron. I don't even remember where I put my cauldron. I'm looking for the cauldron. Oh, there it is. Right there. Oh, and there's a white. What does a white look like? We've never encountered one of those before. Okay, so now I gotta find a new creature. This one looks like it's wielding like a dagger, really low. Oh, there he is. He's got like a beard. Okay. So the white is all the way down there. Still pretty far away. Alright, so that was one action. I'm going to go ahead and move over 1, 2. And we're going to interact with that explore token. For his other action, we're going to test his will. I just rolled 3, and then a lightning bolt, which lets him turn it into 4. And we found another clue. The half-covered page contains only a diagram. So Mortos is the opposite of Vigos, because I think Vigos is life and Mortos is death. So why the slashes are different than the other one, I don't know. So we got a second out of 5. And I technically have 1 movement point left. I'm just going to move to where the Explore token is, because I don't want that white coming up and hitting him. Okay. Chance has throwing knives with a range of 4. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, Chance can just move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the top of the stairs, and he's going to just basically throw darts at everybody. And we're banking on the fact that nobody can hit us. So even though this guy's going to be giving 2 extra damage to everybody else around him, nobody else is actually going to be able to hit us. So it's just going to be a waste. So we're going to take advantage of the opportunity to do some piercing attack, which is not super damaging, to the green zealot, which is this one back here. Alright, so he's going to use the thorn tip knives. Blue die. So there we go. 1 success and 1 lightning bolt, which will add 2 more successes. And then he's going to take 1 fatigue to add afflict. And there we go. We only did 5 damage to this guy. Holy cow. I guess we only really did 6 damage and we blocked 1. So he's got 13 health left. Well, that's fine. We're going to attack him again. Same deal. Lightning bolt, which is just 2. And that was 4 damage. So he's down to 9 health. Now, Kelly can do something similar. She could flip her hammer over to her crossbow bolts. The problem is she needs to go back to her hammer to kill that animus. But if I don't do this, Kelly has nothing to do this round. So I'm going to go ahead and flip her over to the crossbow bolts. And then we're going to move her to the top of these stairs, right next to Chance. And she's basically going to do the same thing. She's just going to pot shot this thing from above with the dual power crossbow bolts. And Kelly attacks with a black die. And we rolled 3. Now for 2 attack actions, I can attack the enemy 2 times. During each of these attacks, add 1 star. I don't use this very often, but that's actually pretty good. Since I'm doing 2 attacks, why would I not do this, right? So I'm getting 2 attacks for 2 actions, which that's not anything extra, but we at least get 1 extra success. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that into 4 and confirm, and actually that killed it. So I didn't even need to inflict it. It dropped a valuable item. We ended up getting the Oak Root Wand. Oh my gosh. We got almost all of Cyrus's items unlocked. These are the only items we haven't unlocked from Cyrus, and we just unlocked this one, the Oak Root Wand. Look at that. It has 5 range. During your attack, convert 1 advantage to 1 star and 1 lightning bolt. So he's got 1 weapon left. Alright, well, I just said attack twice, and there's nothing else left to attack for Kelly. So I guess I am... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to... You know what? I could not attack twice. I couldn't. I used an action to flip it over. So that was a stupid move on my part. Technically, it would have had like 1 health left, but remember, it was afflicted, so at the start of its turn, it was going to die anyways. So my apologies there. I should not have done that, but it's okay. Not the worst thing in the world. Alright, let's move the camera up. Everybody can discard a fatigue. So I happen to have a few. Done. And then the Animus is moving 3 spaces towards Kelly to do 8 damage. And that's the part where I was basically saying I was banking on the fact that it's not going to do anything. So 1, 2, 3, and then it's like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's waving its tiny arms and can't hit anything. Done. The white is also going for Kelly. After the attack, if the target is not adjacent to another hero, they terrify their hero card. It doesn't have a range, so you would do that, but Kelly is next to somebody, so it doesn't matter. They are moving 4 spaces, which is a lot, but it's not enough, and we knew that. 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's up the stairs and a thumb war. Then the Harbinger is also targeting Kelly, moving 4 spaces. 1 hero adjacent to the enemy, there isn't any, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and look at that. It's like, oh, what is that? The famous painting, Michelangelo. You know, where God's finger is reaching down and man's finger is reaching up. There's just that little gap. So, sorry. Okay, next is the Zealot, Call of the Fallen. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a lightning bolt, there is no rolling of the dice. You fool. This one is also targeting Kelly. 1, 2, 3, and it had a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, and it still can't get there. So, too bad. Too sad. It also had a massive 7 damage because it was also the recipient of extra bonus damage. The Runebound Animus lifts a boulder and turns its featureless face towards Cyrus. Cyrus is like on the other end of the map, fools. Alright. It is our turn. And our time. Okay, Cyrus will go first. Oh, we got a feat. Excuse me, 2 of them completed. I haven't been paying attention, but we actually got Passing Illness Poultice, which is, I'm assuming that's a skill. It is. During your turn, you or an adjacent hero discards all of 1 type of condition. After a hero discards I don't know why the camera's not focusing. They heal 1. It's okay. It's not super great. Alright, let's see. Attack 2 different enemies with your spear during 1 round. Deal damage to Harbingers and Centurions with your Warbell. That's an interesting one. We do have a Harbinger on the board. We don't have a Centurion, and I don't have the Warbell equipped. I'm also nowhere near the Harbinger right now. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go ahead and choose that. And then the Kelly feat. We ended up unlocking try this, try that. So, prepare 2. Before your test, you must discard 1 prepare token to add 2 successes. Reveal, give this card to Kelly. You may give this card to an adjacent hero, then flip this card. It's interesting. I don't know how much I care. Attack an undamaged enemy. Interact with a cauldron. We do happen to have a cauldron. I only need to do it once. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that cauldron one. And let's have this guy finish the bookshelf. Search the bottles. Choose a space. Move each enemy adjacent to that space up to 2 spaces. That's an interesting one. So I can choose, for example, this space here and move each enemy 2 spaces. So I can go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this one 1, 2. So everybody's further away. I don't know what good that's going to necessarily do, but it helps a little. And then I can interact with that bookshelf one more time and search the baubles. And then we ended up getting 6 curios. I'm sorry, it's off camera here, but I basically looted a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and move 2 spaces. Now I'm next to the table for the next turn. Yeah, it's taken me forever to clear out this room, but I am just one character. We're going to start with Varix, who's going to move forward 1 space, and we're going to go ahead and attack the white. I have the slash lunar spear. I don't know what good that does against a white, but we're going to find out. $17 health, lunar spear, blue die. I got 1 success and then an advantage, which I will use. I'm just looking at his skills, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a fatigue. I'll put it on his spear, and that'll turn that into 2. It did do 6 damage. He blocked 0, and we enfeebled him. That causes him to do 20% less damage. Alright, and then after the attack, if the enemy was not defeated, the hero terrifies 1 card. Okay, so I'm going to grab this Terrify token and put it on his Destiny's Call. And then, of course, we're going to attack it again with the Lunar Spear. As you know, this is not his weakness. We could have switched to the Cowbell, but can't do that actually at the moment. All I did was draw a Lightning Bolt, which is 1 success, and discard a condition, so I can get rid of that Terrified. Or I could make it 2 successes because of my Spear's special ability. That's a good choice. Do I get rid of a Terrified? Pretty sure I'm going to get the Terrified back. But if I don't do this, I'm actually going to have 2 Terrified tokens. So I'm going to just do 1 success and just get the Terrified token back. So there we go. I just did 2 damage, and sure enough, I get the Terrified token back. So take it off, put it right back on. And then turns over. So I can choose to turn Kelly and them around and go the other way. In fact, I am going to do that. I want Kelly to flip back to her hammer. So that's going to cost her 1 action. That was probably very inefficient of me, but I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go ahead and attack that white with her hammer. And her hammer says during your attack you can just ignore 1 die and add 3. I don't necessarily want to ignore the die yet until I roll it. So let's do this. I just rolled 2 successes. 2 successes isn't going to do the trick. So I am going to take 2 fatigue for Kelly. And we will do exactly that. We're going to ignore the die and turn it into 3. And sure enough, that was 12 damage because Crush was one of the weaknesses. So we ended up doing 3 extra damage, and he ended up blocking 0. I was hoping to just do 9 and have him block 0, but that turned out to be even better. And, oh, we got a... Sorry, camera malfunction. Cyrus turns away as the white's last streak echoes through the professor's home. The necromantic arcs are dangerous enough on their own, but that white, its body was covered in burn marks. It had earth in its wounds, and it was drenched in water. Professor's experiments on one already so misused are confusing cruelty with brilliance, ambition, a tragedy we have ended, optimism. Oh, this is getting too philosophical. We'll just do optimism. Defeating the white may have put a soul somewhere at peace. Each hero may discard 4 fatigue. Holy cow. That's a lot of fatigue. And then we ended up getting Mana Weave. So we ended up getting an item too. Alright, well I gotta do these things in order here, but let's do the Mana Weave first. During your first attack each round, your secondary ability are increased by 5%. I like that. That's good for those ones that have low chance of happening. So getting rid of 4 fatigue, I'm just going through my characters. Chance had 2 of them. Kelly had 2. Like, nobody had 4. 2 was the most anybody had, but basically everybody's 100% fatigue free. So that's not bad. And then Chance is still sitting on top of that stairs. Killing that white was really cool. I'm not going to lie. And so then we're going to go ahead and shoot the Harbinger with Chance's fingerling. The knives. He does that with a blue die. So you can see we got 1 success, and then the lightning bolt turns into 2 more. So that's 3. That's 8 damage. So I'm having issues where like it cuts off the top of the screen, but I want you to be able to see me roll the die. I could switch this to, for example, the triple camera. But then it's zoomed out like a lot. Like you can even see my laundry back there. So, hi laundry, way to embarrass me on YouTube. So that's like too far out. I do have an ultra wide camera, which to me doesn't even look any different. Wide angle, that doesn't look any good. Yeah, so we're just going to stay there. Because then you can at least read stuff. The ultra wide is too wide. Alright, it says, after this attack, if there's an enemy adjacent to you, scar 1 card. There's nobody adjacent to me, so we're good. And then we're going to go ahead and attack again. Thorn tip knives. I rolled a lightning bolt, which is just 2. And I am going to take the fatigue that says during your attack, scar the enemy or afflict the enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and afflict him and hit confirm. And we did 8 damage. He's down to 6. And then we're done. Everybody's gone. What I could do is back up because, you know, I don't want Chance to necessarily get hit. So I will do that. I'm going to back up 2 spaces. And I think I'm going to be fine. I don't think anybody's going to be able to hit me. So we're going to go ahead and hit end turn. We got the usual discard of fatigue. Chance is the only one that had one. Following enemy suffered 4. The Harbinger. Okay, Roombound Animus is going for Cyrus. He's going to move 2 spaces. He throws for 3. There's nobody in range for him to throw that thing to, even if it's not Cyrus. But we will move him 2 spaces towards Cyrus. And not much to be said there. Oh, the Zealot recovers 4 health, and all of its statuses are removed. I don't remember the Zealot having any damage, but that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. He healed the Harbinger. He's going to move 3 towards Cyrus. Does 6 damage, but there's nothing to do. And then the Harbinger is going to move 4 towards Varix. Nobody's adjacent to him, so nobody's getting anything. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like I knew exactly what I was doing by backing up 2 spaces. And once again, Michelangelo is being on display. Okay. So this guy, he healed 4 damage, which was the 4 he got afflicted for. And he no longer has the affliction. The Harbinger locks their gaze on Chance, screeching a shrill challenge. So it's challenging Chance to do something. That's interesting. It is our turn, so nothing miraculous has happened here. Cyrus is getting a little scrunched, but for now, so here's the deal. The Harbinger challenged Chance. Chance can actually shoot the Harbinger, no problem. However, I think I'm going to use Varix instead. So 1, 2, 3, and yeah, just knock him right off. So Varix is going to use his spear on the Harbinger and rolls a blue die. I rolled a success and a lightning bolt. And then, of course, the lightning bolt's going to allow him to get rid of this, which I forgot. Well, it would have caused me to gain a fatigue, but then he was able to get rid of it. So that's 2 successes. And sure enough, that's 0. So he's dead. We got 3 leather and 3 bone, and a silver vein wrap recipe, whatever that is. And the Harbinger is gone. So Varix did his job. He has 3 movement points. One thing I want to do is look at this chest. It says it's a puzzle that a shrewd mind, so that's a Cyrus type of thing. Varix also has an insight of +1. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Varix help out. The problem is these two have only 3 movement points, so they're the absolute worst to be sending deep down inside of a dungeon to go do something and then have to turn around and come back. Kelly, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and Kelly will interact with that. She has to test insight, which is not her forte. She does get +1. So actually, Varix didn't need to go back here. So, because Varix's insight is just as good as hers, so Varix will go down the stairs towards the enemy. Alright, Kelly just rolled 6. And then she has 1 more insight, naturally. And then she has, during a test, add 1 success for each fatigue on the card, but there are none. Oh, she gets to add 1, so there you go. She's going to add 1 fatigue on it, so she'll have 1 more. So Kelly has 8 successes against this cauldron. And she gained an invisibility potion. But not the recipe, just the potion. Oh. Where is the potion? During your turn, shift 2. Until the end of the round, you cannot be target of enemy activations. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I can whip up something a little extra. Something for our wounds, something for our enemies, or should I get really creative? I'm actually saying let's get creative here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A hero may return a set-aside used consumable to their play area. It may be used again during this quest. We had nobody used a potion at all, so that was completely worthless. Scroll and several pieces of parchment. Raising the dead to the northwest of here, inconvenient to both the dread and the hybrids, of course. But waste not, want not, as Father always said. So there we go. We got Lumos, which is light, and Umbros, which is dark. So can definitely see the opposites there. And we got 3 out of 5 on the notes. And Kelly's over. Her turn. She has 1 more movement point. I gotta stand up to reach across the table. And She'll at least position herself so she's next to that chest. And then we got Chance here. Chance can move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away. So it's not quite able to make a dent. So Chance has to move again. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So Chance is definitely in harm's way. The Animus, and then of course the other guy are all that's left. It's going to boost the damage of the Animus if it attacks the Zealot. So here's my dilemma. He's equipped with a weapon that will do a lot of damage to the Zealot, but then it's going to make the Animus do extra damage. So they both have a ridiculous amount of health points. I'm just thinking, I'm sorry. I'm going to attack the Animus. Well, he's immune to Afflicted, I think. I don't think we can afflict him. He's immune to all statuses. I have the ability to afflict the Zealot. Oh, do I really want to... Like, he's going to do a lot of damage, folks. Let's do it. Let's maximize our damage here. So we got a success and a lightning bolt, which is 2 more successes. And then for 1 fatigue... Actually, I had a thing that says before your attack, flip over the shadow card. So I got to add 1 more success. And I'm going to afflict the enemy on top of this. Boom. What do you mean 7 damage? Oh, we're doing pierce. He's weak to slash. Well, that was not good. All I did was add more damage to somebody else. Cyrus, I think, went first, so that means our turn is over. Everybody can discard a fatigue. We're doing really great, actually, in the fatigue department. Nobody's got anything on them. So, yep, Dread Zealot suffers 4 more damage. So here we go. The Animus is targeting Kelly. Nobody's adjacent to him, so we don't have to worry about that. Kelly's too far away. So instead, the Animus is going to have to attack Chance, because Chance is the only one within range. So he's going to move 1 space towards Chance. And it's a 7 damage attack, and we knew this was coming. So for 2 fatigue, it says during your defense, add 1 success. After this defense, shift 1, meaning I get to move 1 space away. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 fatigue on for that. That's all I got. Now we're going to roll the blue die. And you can see I block 1, and then the lightning bolt is 2 more, so that's 3. This is 4, but I still take 3 damage, so I drop down to 5 health. And I think that the armor... Well, actually, Chance isn't wearing any armor. Interesting. There's a lot of items all of a sudden that everybody's wearing, but that's okay. Chance took some damage. And now the Zealot is also attacking Chance for 5 damage, which is actually going to kill him. If the target did not roll a lightning bolt, he's going to suffer 2 fatigue and terrify. So Chance is getting attacked again. In fact, the Zealot does not even need to move. He's going to do 5 damage. And here, we didn't actually shift last time, but we're going to go ahead and take 2 more fatigue. I'm going to put it on this card here, and then roll. And I rolled the lightning bolt, so nothing bad's going to happen there. I do block 2, so that means I'm going to take 3 damage, and Chance is barely alive with 2 health, but it is going to be our turn, and there's not a dang thing they can do about it. Okay, so the Animus is weak to Crush. We know that. The Zealot is weak to Slash, which is the other side. It's going to cost me an action to flip that over, so I will. It's going to cost me an action to flip this over. I don't like doing it, but I will. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's do this one first. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to Warbell this guy for 1 hit. So there's the Warbell, and here's the blue die. I rolled only a lightning bolt, and it says during your attack add 2 successes and expose the enemy. I don't think we can expose him, but we can at least turn that into, oh, it's just two successes. And we did maximize our damage. He blocked some. So, okay, he took some damage. We only got to attack him once. Chance is next to this Animus. Oh, when I did this, it lets me do a shift 1. So I would have done a shift 1 to here, so I'm no longer next to him. So Chance switches his weapon, does 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now Chance can attack him. But this time with the claw, because he's going to form Cobra soon. And he rolls a blue die. So he got a success and a lightning bolt, which turns into 2 more. And his claw says he can increase his defense, but not his attack. And that was a lot of damage. 12 damage, but he's not quite dead. Alright, so now we're going to flip back. Cyrus is next to this table. And we end up getting Taros, which is earth, and Animos, which I'm assuming is air. So, and those little dashes it's a wheel. So we got 4 out of 5. And then we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to use my my prepare to flip this around to my wand. And that's going to do maximum damage to him. And we're going to roll an orange without bumping the camera. I got 1 success, and then I am going to take 2 fatigue to make it 2 more. And boom, that guy had all kinds of triggers. He's like a modern Facebook poster, or Twitter. He's just triggered. All right, 6 cloth, 14 gold. And the Undying Skull figured out that another person died. So we got a forgotten offhand recipe. Boom. Alright, 1 guy left. He still has a lot of health points. He is going to be boosted in his attack. And we got Kelly, who's all the way over here. She's going to try to open that chest. And like we thought, she's going to test insight. She gets a +1. And there we go. There's 2, 4, and I'm going to make it 6 with 2 fatigue on her. And actually, yeah, and then I get to... I got this card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She adds 1 of her own for 7. And then she has an I got this card with 2 fatigue on it. She's going to make it 9. And we pass in 1 action. 4 leather and 5 metal, 4 leather, 5 cloth, 3 curios and 1 mordos. And boom. Treasure chest is done. And so then she has 2 actions left. I'm trying to stand up, but my dog is between my feet, making it extremely challenging. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Alright, we're going to end the phase. I have to survive this Animos attack. Everybody gets to discard a fatigue. Done. Gonna go attack Cyrus for 8. 1 hero adjacent gets a scar. That would be Varix. So Varix is gonna put a scar on... Oh, he'll put it on his cowbell. I did not mean to do that yet. Crap, crap, crap. So 8. Looks like we're just rolling an orange. So that makes it 6 damage. That puts him down to 1. That was a lot of damage. Then you can see we're getting more spawns. So now we got a green Animus. Which goes here. An orange wolf. Well, an orange zealot. Looks like it's going here. That is not a zealot. That is the zealot. And then yep, we need a wolf. And then a spawn. A Fey spawn. So the wolf goes in the back. Then the Fey spawn. Goes right there. Okay, so the enemies just keep spawning. And the runebound Animus, the orange one, is trying to throw a boulder at Varix. And it's our turn. Okay, so I'm dinking around too much. I gotta get this door open. Which means I gotta get up to that lectern. Okay, so we got the hammer on Kelly. So if I go with Kelly first, Kelly's gonna move 1, 2, 3. And then we can move again, 1, 2, 3, and even so, I'm still not able to hit anything. So, I mean, do I dare charge into all 4 of those creatures? The answer is no. Why would you do something so stupid? I think I'm just going to wait right there. Cyrus has only 1 health. I can use a potion for sure. I have potions that will heal 3. I have a potion that will let him shift 2 and prepare a card. And also a potion that gets rid of conditions. I was sort of just being selfish and wanted to get another recipe. But I need to get to that lectern. So I'm going to go do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm in front of the lectern. Even with just 1 health, I can do this. I do have a card that if I flip it over, it will let him heal. But for now, I've just let it be. This Animus that Varix is next to, Varix is going to be able to finish it off, I think. Because if I flip this over, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and do a War Bell. I have a success and an advantage. Oh, put it on there. That only did 7 damage. And then we're going to War Bell it again. A success and an advantage. Yeah. Gonna put that on that card. So that didn't finish him off. It would have been nice if Kelly would have been able to get close enough to help, but he couldn't. She couldn't either. So that thing's still alive. Oh, and then we accomplished a feat. Attack an enemy with your hammer while you have an injury. She's not injured. Attack one enemy 2 times with your crossbow in the same round. Ay, ay, ay. She doesn't have the crossbow equipped. Okay, that wasn't very good. But there's nothing I can do. I have 1 single movement point because I'm inept or impeded. I do have the ability to heal somebody next to me, but Kelly's not damaged. Cyrus was, but Cyrus is not next to him. And neither is Chance, and that's the other one that's injured. Chance only has 2 health right now. So that's the last person to get to go, and so I'm going to go ahead and do... I think there's a trick you can do in this game. So, Varix is going to use his Rabbit Foot potion. The Shift 2 will get him away from the Animus and let him prepare a card. And that card he's going to prepare will be his Cowbell. So he can switch back to his Spear. Well, no, the card he's going to prepare is his Destiny's Call, and he's going to flip that over right now. We'll use it right away. That lets him attack an enemy and add 2 successes to the result, and then after the attack, flip the card. But he's not using it this turn because obviously he attacked right away. The Shift 2 is what he wants to do, and in doing so, he's away from the Animus, which is fine. But the big thing is I just wanted to use a movement point to go here. Now, in doing so, anytime an enemy moves here, they lose all their movement points. If they move here, they lose all their movement points. So these guys in the back can't get out. I think you could argue, though, that they can go 1, 2 and get out that way. But it's not like they can go deep. So basically, he's just keeping them at the door. And it's almost like the equivalent of holding the door shut. There's no actions left, but I'm going to take 2 fatigue on Varix. And he's going to use his heal ability to heal an adjacent hero. And he's going to give Chance 2 health points, which gets Chance back up to 4. And then Chance is going to use the Vigor Potion to add 3 more health and get up to 7. That was a must. Had to do that. Now, the next thing Chance is going to do is use the Slayer Potion, which lets it attack an enemy and another enemy and another enemy. So, first we're going to move in. And we got 2 enemies to attack here. So we're going to attack the Animus first, and then the Fae. So... oh, you know what I could do? I could bounce more like a pinball. I think I lose all my movement points when I go there. Yep, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's the thing about this. How do you attack 3 people? It's really hard to be surrounded by 3 people. So we're going to attack the Runebound Animus with just a lightning bolt. Yeah, the gauntlet only helps with defense. Only did 5 damage. Not surprised. Then we're going to attack the Fae. Got a success and an advantage. The advantage, of course, putting on a fatigue. Only did 5 damage. And now I have 1 more attack left. So, as you can see, I'm not getting an advantage against either of these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack the Fae. Here we go. Suffer a fatigue for every advantage. So I do have to take another fatigue because of that last thing I did. This one was a lightning bolt, so just 2. So 5 more damage. These guys are nowhere close to dead. And unfortunately, that's everybody. I have a lot of enemies alive, and I'm going to take a lot of damage this round. So we're going to hit end phase. Everybody can discard a fatigue, so we'll go ahead and do that. There was 1 for everybody to discard. Okay, so the wolf wants to attack Chance, and it can, because it's going to move 1, 2, attack Chance for 4 damage, and the target is not wounded, so we established that already. Chance defends with a blue. So we have 1, 2, 3 blocks. So it did 4 damage. We blocked 3. And here it says during your defense add 1, and you can shift 1. I don't necessarily need the shift, but I'm going to add 1. Yeah, so no damage to Chance, which is fine. Next, we have the Runebound Animus, this one, attacking Cyrus. Cyrus is nowhere near him. 1 hero adjacent to him has to get a scar, so we'll give that to Varix. So Varix's Warbell is now scarred twice, and we'll go ahead and have him attack. He attacks the one with the least health, so it's going to be Chance, unfortunately. So Chance has taken another attack, and here you can see Chance is going to block 1. Does not have room for any more fatigue. So, only blocks 1, takes 3 damage. And goes down to 4. Next is the Fae, targeting Varix, which Varix is right next to him. The Fae does get to back up 1 space, and it will. After the defense, discard a focus or suffer 2 fatigue. And, the Fae it gets to ignore being impeded. So, it actually wouldn't even back up like that. It would actually go more there. Okay, 3 damage to Varix. He rolls an orange die. We rolled 2 successes, so he blocks 2 of them. And yeah, so he takes 1 damage. Goes down to 11. And then he has to take 2 more fatigue, which he can do no problem. Done. Then the Zealot is targeting Kelly. Kelly is near the Zealot. The Zealot at most can move 1 space towards Kelly. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away. The Zealot has a range of 3. So he's not going to do that. Instead, he's going to target Chance, because again, he targets the one with the least health, and that's Chance. And Chance is getting pummeled here. Chance thankfully rolled a lightning bolt, which blocks 2. So that 5 turns into 3, and if you do 3 damage to Chance, Chance is down to 1 health. So Chance is in trouble. And then we have the other Animus targeting Varix with a range 3 attack. So the other Animus is not going to move. He's staying right where he is. And it's a 6 damage attack. Whew. That is a doozy. Thankfully he chose Varix. Oh, if Varix is a target, they don't roll defense dice. Oh my gosh, that's even worse. So 11 minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down to 5 health. He went from being super strong to super wrong. Okay, and then now they're going after Kelly. And it's hero phase. Alright, we gotta kill some guys and get out of here. So part of the reason we've been taking so long is I've been waiting for him to go all the way across the map and do this. So we got all this going on. We found the 5th of the notes, and we can consult the quest log to review what we found. Oh, I guess I should have done that when I was lost in the woods. I know I lost that video. You didn't get to see it, but I was very frustrated. I couldn't remember what the clues were. So we got enough information to open the door and neutralize the words. Now the problem is I'm down to 1 health with him, so I'm pretty sure that there was still healing right here on the table. And there you go. You may heal 3 or discard 2 fatigue. So we're going to heal him 3. So he's up to 4 health now. And that puts Cyrus back in the game. And then, of course, he's going to move 2, 3, 4 down the stairs. Okay, so we got some Animuses that need to be killed. This one has 19 health, so Kelly's going to move forward and smash him with her hammer. And she uses the black die. So she has 2 successes. She could add some fatigue to make it 3. Not going to worry about it. Just did 7 damage. She's going to attack it again. Double-headed hammer. 1, 2 successes. The lightning bolt lets her... She is next to a token, chest, shelf, or cauldron. She's not next to anything. She could have made sure she was next to a shelf, which, if I was smart enough, I would have done that. So fine, she's next to a shelf, which gives her 1 more success. And there it is. Dead. So we got 9 herbs from that. So Colonel Sanders is happy again. Alright, Kelly did her job. Next thing we have is Varix, who is close to dead here. Varix will use the Vigor Potion and get 3 of that health back. And he's got the War Bell, so he's going to go ahead and attack this thing. The problem is the blue die just does not do a lot of damage. We got 1 success and a lightning bolt. During the lightning bolt, we can do 2 successes and expose the enemy, or 1 success and get rid of that scar. I'll do 2 and expose the enemy. He's immune to expose. Then we're going to go ahead and attack him again with the War Bell. And it's the same deal. 1, 2, 3. So we got him down to 9 health, but that's about all I could do. I could back away 1 space. Not sure that helps. Yeah, that was all I was able to do there. Next we have is Chance, who's down to 1 health and does not have any healing potions or anything. Chance can attack twice and then get out of there. The wolf, after the attack, the enemy shifts 1 towards you and you suffer 1 fatigue on each of your skills. So that's different than 1 damage. The problem with Chance is that Chance is full of all of his fatigue. So that actually would wound him. So he can't attack the wolf. That's the problem. I could do the rabbit foot potion, which will let me prepare a card, and that would let me flip a card, which then lets me, you know, get rid of some of this fatigue. My only option is to attack the Animus, because that's what I'm next to. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, even though it has 9 health, and this is not the ideal weapon. If I could kill this thing, then that's one less thing attacking us. So 1, and then the lightning bolt is 2 more, and that's 5 damage. So I'm going to attack it one more time. And there's 1, but I can't do the advantage because I'm full up. And that hurts. Because I think if I would have just gotten another hit. Yeah, see, I did no damage to him at all. And then because I'm next to him, these guys, I only have 1 movement point to escape. However, I do have on the prow that says during your turn you may shift 1. So I'm going to go ahead and shift 1 away from them. And then, of course, I get to move. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 as far away from them as possible. And it says, at the end of your turn, if no enemies are within 3 spaces of you, you may flip this card. So I will, and I'm going to get rid of those 2 fatigue that's on the card. So that's going to help Chance have a chance, because I'm still sitting at just 1 health. Now, I could still have done a shift 2 and prepare a card. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to actually shift 2 further away. I want to make sure these guys don't hit Chance. All right, we're going to do that. And then the card I'm going to prepare, I'm going to use right away. I'm going to take the gauntlet that she was equipped with and flip it back over to the knives, because range attack is going to keep her away from damage. And then she could just do range attack from here. And I meant to say he instead of she. All right, so there's a lot of enemies still left on this board, and we have to end our phase. All right, everybody gets rid of 1 fatigue. Chance is actually down to just 1 fatigue now. Okay, so first we start with the wolf going after Kelly. Before the defense, if the target's wounded. Kelly is not wounded, but the wolf is going to be able to hit her. 1, 2, 3. And it's 3 damage on Kelly, who defends with an orange die. So there's 1 and then 2 advantage. She'll take both the advantage. And then also there's a thing here that says Clever Trap. Before an enemy's activation, if it's within 3 spaces of you, enfeeble and slow it. Was it within 3? Technically it was 4 spaces away. Yeah, so we can't do that one. That's alright. Kelly is blocked all the damage. That's the important thing. And then the Dread Zealot is doing something here. And we get to add 1 blue die, but we have to test a will of 7. And so 1 blue die for each adjacent hero if she has none. So there's 3, 4, 5. Kelly's will is +1 for 6, so she'll take 1 fatigue for 7. And she passes. Dread Zealot is attacking Kelly with a range 3 attack. The Zealot cannot get to Kelly because he's... Well, actually, hold on. Nope. The moment he moves here, he's blocked. So, Zealot's attacking Varix for 3 damage. Varix is going to defend with an orange die. There's 1, and then 2 fatigue will block it completely. And he will go ahead and do that. Next is the Fey Spawn. Wants to attack Chance at a range of 3, moves 4 spaces. Chance, of course, being way over there. Can't do it. He's 3 spaces away. He's 3 spaces away. Cyrus has the least amount of health, so he's going to attack Cyrus instead. And I think that this is considered blocking terrain, so it has to move at least to there to have line of sight. So 4 damage. And then he's going to suffer 2 fatigue. Or lose a focus. So we blocked 2. So he's going to take 2 more. And then suffer 2 fatigue. Which he's okay with that. Yeah, we'll put the fatigue down there. And then the orange, or the green Animus is going to target Chance. Chance is way out of range, so instead it's going to target Varix. Varix defends with an orange die, and blocks with 1. The lightning bolt is 2, and then he'll take a fatigue for 3. And then the lightning bolt lets him discard a condition, so he will get rid of one of his scars. And Varix takes 1 damage and is down to 7 health. Sorry. 7. Alright, it could have been a lot worse. But we gotta get these guys killed, and we gotta get out of here. Get that door open. The good news is we have Cyrus here to help. So Cyrus is going to firstly attack the wolf to make the wolf move 1 space towards him. That'll free up Kelly. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Cyrus will attack the Elderbone Wolf with his Star-Touched Wand. That sounds like a plot to a porn movie. And here we go. He rolled 2 advantages. So he will take 2 and confirm. That's 3 damage, and I need to pause real quick. Okay, alright, so I am back. So it's shifting 1 towards us, and then you would suffer 1 fatigue on each of your skills. If it's adjacent. It's not adjacent to us, so it's just going to shift 1 away. Getting 1 fatigue on each of our skills is not the worst thing in the world, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take for 2 fatigue here. I'm going to put it on Phoenix Cry, and here's what it says. During your turn, an enemy in line of sight suffers 1 damage for each of your Phoenix cards, then afflict the enemy. So, that's a lot of fatigue, I know, but this is a Phoenix card. That's 1. And this is a Phoenix card down here for 2. So, basically, I just took 2 fatigue to do 2 damage to somebody within my line of sight. And then I can afflict them. And so, you can see here that the Fae has 10 health. The Zealot has 24. I wish I could afflict him, because then I would kill him. But I'm actually going to hit the wolf. So we're going to do 2 health, and then we're going to afflict it. Like so. Then, for the second action, I know there's a focus on here, but I'm just going to have to toss that. All 3 of these fatigue. An enemy in line of sight suffers 2 damage for each fatigue on this card. Then flip the card. So, so that's going to be 6 damage. So that's enough to kill the Animus. Or I could do 6 damage to somebody else, like the Spawn, which actually, if I was thinking about it, I should have afflicted the Spawn, because then the Spawn would have just died. I could do 6 to the Zealot, 6 to the Wolf. Actually, I think the best thing to do is to just kill the Animus. Thinking about it. Because I have the Cowbell. Who do I do the 6 damage to? I made a big mistake afflicting the wolf. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to give him his 2 health back and get rid of the affliction. And instead we're going to afflict this one for 2. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the health spawn, the Heath spawn Fey, will die as soon as his turn starts. Okay, so that's it for Cyrus. And then, it looks like we got another feat. Cyrus. Become wounded during a round in which you did not attack. Attack Fey Inspectors with your wand. We'll go ahead and do that one. Alright, so his turn's over. Next thing we have is Varix. He's going to finish off the Ambus. So suffer 5 damage, agility negates. The agility for him is 0. And here you could see 1, 2, 3, and then the lightning bolt is 4. And then the lightning bolt gets rid of the scar. So that is 1 damage for Varix. Continue. Let's do Cowbell. We got a success, and the lightning bolt will be 2 more. And there we go. 10 damage. He's done and gone. And we got more 9 herbs for Colonel Sanders. Alright, we still got another action. We have a Zealot here. Don't really particularly care for the Zealot. I'm actually going to flip the Warbell back to the Spear, which gets rid of 2 fatigue. And then we're going to move 1, 2, 3. We got to start heading towards that door. Then we have Chance. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the wolf. So I'm going to attack that wolf twice with Chance. And 1, and then the lightning bolt. That was 6 damage. We're going to attack it again. So it's shifting 1 towards Chance. It's not going to, it doesn't stand a chance. Pun intended. We got 1 and then a lightning bolt. And then we're going to take a fatigue on Chance to afflict the enemy. And then I got this, I keep forgetting about this. Before your attack, you must flip a shadow card and add 1. So I should have done that for the last one. So I'm adding another one. And I also had to add a fatigue because this roll was an advantage. Excuse me, but anyways, that's done. So there's 3. And then we're going to afflict. So now it's 7 health. And it's going to shift 1 more, which doesn't matter. It is next to Kelly here. So Kelly has the hammer. Kelly is going to use an action to flip the hammer back to the dual power crossbow. And we're going to crossbow this guy with Kelly. And we got 1, 2, 3 successes. 1 health remaining. And yes, we have to put 1 fatigue on each skill. So it's done. And we are at the end. So I do have to... I forgot. Cyrus gets to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now he's next to the door for the next mission. Kelly technically could move too. So we're going to go ahead and move her 1 space away, like so. Alright, let's go ahead and end phase. Everybody gets to discard fatigue. There we go, 4 fatigue gone. These guys are suffering damage. They both should die. So 1 cloth and 5 bone from the wolf. And remove the health Heath spawn, Faye. I keep saying health spa. That's the health spa, Faye. This is the only guy left. So he's trying to target Kelly. Kelly is not in range. The only one in range is Varix. And he is able to hit him for 6 damage. So I do have to resolve this. I can take 2 fatigue. I don't really want to, but 6 damage is a lot of damage. So we'll take 2. And then that causes him to take 4 damage. He's down to 2 health. That's not good. Can I hit done? The Zealot shifted 3 spaces towards Varix. So 1, 2. He's basically right on him now. And it's our turn. So I'm actually going to start with Varix. And we're going to use the Lunar Spear on the Zealot. And let's roll that blue die. I got a lightning bolt. The spear says I can add 2 attacks. So 1, 2. And then I use this that says attack an enemy. And it's going to add 2 more. And then I can flip this card, which gets rid of 1 of his fatigue. So we're at 4 of them there. And I think that's it. So we're going to hit go, and that did 16 damage. That was excellent, because this thing had a weakness. So now I'm going to go ahead and attack him one more time with the spear. And all I got was the lightning bolt again, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2. Almost enough to kill it, but it wasn't quite. The problem I have is I don't have any movement points. I just have 1 movement point because I'm next to him. And then I'm going to have Chance go. Has the knives. Chance just rolled a lightning bolt, which turns into 2. And that kills it. And we got 2 bone and 7 curios. So we do have the enemies wiped. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Chance can actually open the door with his last action. So let's do that. Chance, open the door. There are 3 elemental words. To disable them, you must use another element to neutralize them. The 3 elements you must neutralize are Anemos, Aquos, and Teros. Which element neutralizes Anemos? Anemos I thought was light. Nope, Lumos is light. Can I look at my notes? How do I look at my notes? Quest log. Teros. is the opposite of anemos. Because anemos is sky. Teros. It was explosive and unsuccessful. I don't understand. I don't get that at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We negated it, and then got to move one space away from the door. I don't have a space to move to, so I can't. That makes no sense. See, like Lumos and Umbros. They're dangerous if combined. We get that. That means they're the opposite. Why am I not understanding this stupid thing? Mordos and Vigos. Aquos Ignos. They're opposites, the combination of which is explosive. Do not combine again. To disable them, you must use another element to neutralize them. So how do I know what neutralizes them? I know that the opposite explodes. I don't get it. Like, I'm truly not understanding what it's asking of me. Oh, so annoying. Okay. I'm just trying to see if I have a piece of paper I can write on. Because I'm feeling like this makes a wheel. So Aquos, dash plus dash Ignos, those are opposites. You put them together, don't combine them again. Those are going to explode. But how the earth does something neutralize something else? So if we go down to the next one, Mortos. So now we're, 1 over. Mortos and Vigos are opposite. I have procured one of the undead. Unfortunately, undead proved to be uncooperative for my elemental magic. At least I have discovered Lubos and Umbros are unpredictable and dangerous if combined. According to our allies amongst the dragon, the Uthok are allying with the growing hybrid army. I've been asked to assist the hybrid's new allies, but discovering some insensitive... I will comply. The diagram says Teros and Anemos. Dragon bone by far is the strongest conduit. With it, my experiments, unless more information needed on how it may impact the clockwise cyclical nature of the elements. If the elements are arranged in a circle, an element is negated by the next element in the clockwise order. So there you go. So clockwise is this way. So you got those straight across. We're looking at anemos, so what's the next one down from anemos? This is where I need the piece of paper. Hold on. I gotta... Okay, so we did blaze through the notes too quickly, and thankfully it does say what you need to do to neutralize. So first things first, pteros, anemos. That. Then we have lumos and umbros. That. Then we have mortos and vigos. And then we should just have one more, wherever the heck we found it, aquos and ignos, like that. So the one that neutralizes anemos should be vigos. And sorry for the camera issue. The door flares. We've neutralized the ward. Okay, so now which one does aquos? So that one is lumos. And we got that figured out. And then pteros is going to be mortos. So once you write it down and actually take the time to read the log, it does work. And then we remove the door. Excellent. So I'm going to remove the this too, because those things are annoying. Alright, so we got a water underlay. Water just costs extra movement points to move through. It doesn't really do anything else. And then it looks like we got a bunch of Canadian tiles. 4A, 5A, and 15A. So all the way up here, 4, 5, and 15. So it looks like, of course, hi. Okay, I think we're back in business. Boy, that was scary for a moment. I thought I was going to lose my video here. Here we go. This goes in. This goes underneath somehow. And then 5A goes here. And 4A goes there. My goodness, this is such a huge... Now we need tile 7A and 4 tall pillars. I should probably pause this, but I always think this is going to be quick. Alright, so it's suggesting that it goes like this, over the water. And actually, I gotta correct it. It goes like that. Okay, 2 treasure chests up there, and another mortuary table here. Two explore tokens there and there. Two, three, four, five. And then this is really bizarre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what those represent is those are stones submerged in the water. Each has different effects. One is shining painfully bright, and another is boiling the water around it. So I'm going to assume that those are the 8 elements again, right? Because we just drew a diagram and there's exactly 8. And, you know, the one that's boiling the water is the Ignos. And then the Lumos is the one shining bright. I mean, we're going to go ahead and make that assumption. Dragons have a fascinating connection with our world. Both they and their parts can be used in so many ways. Take these feral dragon eggs, for example. Of all the things I've tried to amplify my elemental magics, they're only things that have shown any real promise. You should be honored. I'm going to let you be a part of my latest experiment. The professor begins chanting from above. Ignos, Ignos, Ignos. Objective: defeat Professor Graysden. Current chant: Ignos. Okay, this is going to take a while. I'm at 1 hour and 54. I do need to end the video, but I always like to end the video when it's my turn. Right now I've taken one action with him. With Chance is completely done. Everybody else still has all their actions. So this here and that there are chains that are holding up the platform. So for example, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to try to bust that chain. So let's do this. I have to test might 6. Not going to be real easy to do with this guy. There's 3, 4, 5, and then I have to take... I have to go to 7 because he has a -1 for might. So I'll take 2 fatigue. But I have an empower that converts 1 advantage into 2 successes. So I just have to take 1 fatigue. So I will do that, and I pass. You strike at the chains, weakest point gives away, and the slack runs noisily to the ground as the platform above sways. So I discard the token. Okay, so his turn's over. So now I need somebody else to just get to the other one. And Kelly has a might of +1. The dragon, for whatever reason, has the weakest might. I never understood why, but Kelly, oh, by the way, he could have moved one space away. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then one action left to go ahead and hit the other token. Oh, look at that. There's a chest there. Or did it move? See, it moved. Gonna test might 6. And we got 4, 5, and she's gonna have to take 1 fatigue to get to 6. She can do that. Pass. Weakest point gives away. With the last clang, they break. Grazen curses as the platform begins to fall. And so then remove the tall pillars, and looks like everything just crashes down. So all that work for nothing. We're going to remove the tall pillars. Everything crashes down. That one treasure chest stays right where it was. And there's Professor Greystone. Professor Grayskull. He-Man is going to the rescue. Looks like a zealot. So we're going to take Zealot. And the Masters of the Universe. He's right behind the table there. Alright, Cyrus's brow draws in a scowl. Make the world better and kinder. Guide and protect others. I can do ambition this time. A lot of people's lives are at stake, and you're working with those who would do great harm. You must be stopped. You did teach me one last thing, however. Cyrus closes his glowing eyes. An interest launches from his shoulder, flying in tight circles above his head. Cyrus's voice is quiet as he begins, Mortos, Mortos, Mortos. Each round, Cyrus will channel the power of the stones to attack Graysden. So his current chant is Ignos, and our chant is Mortos. I'm assuming that you're going to, we have to do something where we touch the stone that's the opposite. But of whose? And we got, Varix is the only one left. So, for example, this egg is the Umbros. So let's say the Ignos one, the opposite is Aquos. So we're just going to keep looking. There's Taros. That's Mortos. So do we go and hit the egg that they're chanting? Or do we hit the opposite egg? There's the Ignos one. Vigos. So Vigos is the opposite of Mortos. And there's Aquos, all the way over there at the end. Alright, so Varix is all the way back here. He's the only guy left. He gets 1, 2, 3 movement points. And then he can go 1, 2, 3. See, he can't even get to... He can't even get to Aquos. So the question is do I'm next to Lumos or I'm next to Animos. Neither of those are helpful. I'm just gonna, I don't know if we're supposed to hit the opposite or the identical. So I'm just gonna use one more movement and get next to the chest. Actually, let's click on the chest to make sure. Oh, that one needs agility, so that doesn't do me any good. The one in the back needs a shrewd mind. I guess he could still help with the agility one. He's just not the best at it. Yeah, so basically he's chanting something. So do we pick the rock of what he's chanting, or do we pick the rock that's the opposite of what he's chanting? Because we want to blow him up. So if he's calling Ignos, we should be throwing Aquos at him. That's my thoughts, because we want him to blow up. But I was not able to get to the Aquos. So I'm going to go ahead and hit end turn here. We do get to get rid of a fatigue. So I will do that with everybody. Done. So he's going to try to attack Varix for 6 damage. He has to move 1 space to do it. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a lightning bolt, I rolled a lightning bolt, so I don't have to worry about that. So I block 1, 2. So Varix takes 4 damage, and he becomes injured. So Varix is getting wounded. And he gets the frustrated injury. And then we have a green zealot. Of course, we need more zealots in our lives. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Here we go. Green zealot shows up along with a harbinger. That looks like a fae. They all look alike once you have them all out here. They're all starting to look alike. And wherever the heck this harbinger is, I can't find it worth a darn. Got 3 bandits. There we go. I found them. They're a million miles away. I'm not really worried about them yet. A maelstrom of fire shoots wildly in all directions. Each hero untiles 4A, 5A, 7A, and 50A, and the water scars 2 cards. I think it's everybody, so we're going to have to just scar 2 cards. All right. I'm just looking at and then Varix will scar 2 cards. Cyrus breaks into a cold sweat, a look of pain on his own face. Professor Graysden suffers 6 damage. So Graysden is now saying Animos, Animos, Animos. And then Cyrus is doing Ignos, Ignos, Ignos. And he's also doing some kind of incantation on Cyrus. So the question is do we go after Animos, Aquos, right? I mean, the whole thing is confusing as all get out. Letting him do the Ignos, Ignos, Ignos sucked. So his current chant is Animos. And so the opposite of Animos is Teros. And I think what we could do is we could go up and just attack this guy. But right there is Teros. So we can just go over and try it. That's the opposite. Where is the Animos one? Okay, Animos is right there in the corner. All right, so let's try to do the one that he's chanting. And in order for him to hit, he would have had to move 1 more space. So Chance will move 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to interact with the one he's chanting. We have to test insight. So we got 5 successes. Chance adds nothing to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all he gets to do. You cannot navigate the unpredictable powers of the elements. Insight is +2 for Cyrus. So I think what that means, though, is Chance will just use the last action. We're going to just go ahead and attack the professor. So I got 2 successes. And then he's going to take a fatigue to afflict the enemy. It only does 3 damage, but that's something. Alright, then I'm going to start Cyrus, and Cyrus is going to try to do the egg thing that he was chanting. So I got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. I could have just attacked the damn guy twice. Like this whole... Here. I just want to see. Does it do something? So even if I put in 10, it does nothing. So I'm just wasting actions thinking, oh, I don't have enough successes. So the opposite of Animos is Teros. I'm sorry, I need to figure this out. This is just a waste of my time. Yeah, see, it's not doing anything. So we're chanting Ignos. Oh, sorry, that's Mordos. Which one's Ignos? Yeah, it does nothing. And then Aquos. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So these are all just a big waste of time. So we should just be attacking the guy. That's what I'm getting at. So I'll say Cyrus's turn is over. I used his time to basically waste his time. Varix is going to go ahead and test his agility. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 17 metal and 2 Lomos and 16 gold. Done. The one in the back needs to be done by Chase, or actually Cyrus. We could have Kelly. Kelly is going to move 1, 2, 3. We're going to just go ahead and shoot the guy twice. One, 2, 3. I can make... if I use the crossbow ability, I get to add 1. And we'll go ahead and attack again. 1, and then the lightning bolt becomes 2 if she's next to the chest, but she's not next to the chest yet. There we go. End phase. Everybody can discard 1. Gonna do that now. Graysden gets 4 damage. Cyrus tests will 7. And he has 5 And then he gets to add 1 for 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, he failed. Terrifies their hero card and suffers 1 on their skill cards. Done and done. Okay, this thing is going to move 4 spaces. It's not even going to come close. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other zealot is going to move 3. They're nowhere close. And then the professor finishes his chant. And everybody on all these tiles suffers 5 with agility negating. So we're going to start with Varix. There's 3, 4, and then that makes it 5. He gets rid of a condition with the lightning bolt. Next is Cyrus. That's 5, but he gets a -1. So he takes 1 damage. He's down to 1 health. Cyrus actually has a lot of stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to do everybody else. Chance easily passes. And then Kelly, 3, 4, 5, -1 becomes 4. So Kelly takes a damage. Done. Graysden suffers 6. And then it's back to Ignos, Ignos, Ignos. Vigos, Vigos, Vigos. Harbinger. Okay. So I actually moved, I realized that Cyrus didn't get a chance to move. So I'm actually going to move Cyrus next to the chest. We're going to have Cyrus do the chest, test insight. There's 3 and 6, and he gets to add 2 more for 8. Got 4 Curios and a Fortunos, 4 Cloth and a Lumos, and 10 Curios. That was a real good deal. And then, yeah, it's a peanut butter attack time. So he's going to attack the professor with his wand. He rolls an orange. He got 1, and then he has a lightning bolt, which is just 1 more. He did a whopping 1 damage with that. We did 4 damage, he blocked 3. Okay, he has a Vigor Potion, which he's going to use to heal 3. And then he has this, which he's going to get rid of 3 conditions, the Antidote Potion. So the 3 conditions are the 2 scars and the Terrified marker. And he's going to heal 3, so he's up to 4 health. And his turn's over. I'm going to use the Antidote Potion for Chance to get rid of the scars. And then the same with Kelly. Antidote Potion to get rid of her scars. And Kelly even has an Invisibility Potion. Kelly's going to try to finish this guy off. Let's do it. She rolls a black. She's using her double attack feature, so that becomes a 3. And then she's going to do it again. It becomes a 1, 2, 3. Yep. Professor is gone. Heroes win. So, I don't know if there was something I was supposed to do with those stones or not. I just couldn't figure it out. I really, really couldn't. So, it was, you know what? We could have possibly interacted with the table. Maybe that would have done it. But either way, we just did it the hard way, I guess. That's enough. I surrender. How could you? Couldn't do research I wanted, so I joined a group that was. Dragons are divine power. You deserve everything that's about to happen to you. Contact the demon world. She'll need to find the right location. Source of power and a sacrifice. Anchor is the bridge. Sacred stone or an ancient dragon's bone. She'll need a source of power. Runestone or unbound shard. A sacrifice. You can imagine the sort of sacrifice they have in mind. So she can do that without her ideal items, but it'll just be weaker. And then burns the building to the ground. So we got some items. You know what? I think I may have unlocked some skills and didn't even realize it. So when we get back, we'll have to make sure we do that. So we got 12 bone and 8 cloth. Little event that's occurring on the way back. There, that should help. Get the camera pointed in the right direction. Okay, so we're back. I think if I click on hero skills, for example, you can see I have 1 unlocked. But see, he has 3, and I've only unlocked 2, so I missed one of them. The one that I missed looks like Verge of Breakthrough. So here we go. He actually has this one unlocked too. After you interact, heal 1 and focus a card. Discard 1. Anyways, just added that to the list. And it's nice and quick, so we can just flow through, and you can see he has a second one. We know about that one. Look at that. She's got 3. I think we only unlocked 2 of hers. Let's do that again. Yep, we never grabbed that one. And there you go. All right, so just like before, we're over 2 hours, so we'll do the event when we come back. Figure out what else we want to do. But I got to save and quit, and then we're going to end this. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay awesome.